Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on 90 Day Fiance, Season 9, Episode 5, Breast Intentions. All right, these are the folks I can't stand, okay? Emily, Blau, Ariela, Cara. I can't stand these people. And guess what they have in common? They're all Americans. Emily is bossy. She is irrational. She's rude. She's tacky. Blau is an ass. He's inconsiderate and he's selfish. Ariella, she's bossy. She's petty and she's controlling. Cara, she's controlling. She's rude. She's bossy. She's threatening. She's a bitch. She's a biatch. And she's immature. Okay? And all of these are Americans. That's what they have in common. They're Americans. All right, let's get started. The first couple is Colby and Emily. Emily and Colby are in the living room, and her parents are a few feet away. Plus, she's on camera, and she's pumping milk from her breast. Colby is letting her know that it's inappropriate to do that in front of her parents. And I agree. She should do that behind doors in the bedroom or somewhere. But then again, it's good TV, right? So Emily told Colby that she has been breast pumping in front of her parents for 7 months. And I love what he says. I love his comeback. He said, the fact that you do it doesn't mean it's right. Exactly. So they disagree back and forth. And you can tell that Emily is the type of person that does whatever the hell she wants and screw the consequences. I think it's just the way she was raised. So the father walks into the living room and he puts his 2 cents in, and of course he's on his daughter's side. He doesn't see anything wrong with his daughter breastfeeding and pumping in front of him. Colby also doesn't agree with Emily breastfeeding Colbin, and he's 17 months. And I agree with that also. I think if a baby can walk and hold a cup and a bottle to feed themselves, then they shouldn't be sucking on the nipple. They shouldn't be sucking on your nipple if they can do all of that. Right? What's the reason you put a baby to your nipple? The reason you put a baby to your nipple is because he can't hold a bottle, he can't hold a cup, he can't hold anything. He's not developed enough to hold anything to his mouth. That's why you put a baby to your breast. She can pump her breast milk out, put it in a bottle, and give it to that baby, and he can hold it and drink. She should not put that baby on her nipple at that age. I disagree with that 100%. The reason you put a baby to your nipple is because that baby can't hold a bottle. Pump your breast, put it in a bottle, and give the baby the bottle. That way the baby has his breast milk. But that baby should not be sucking on your titty when they can hold stuff, when they can hold a bottle. But the father agrees with his daughter. He says the longer you breastfeed, the better. But we're not talking about breastfeeding. We're talking about the baby sucking on the nipple. Pump the milk out of your breast and put it in the bottle and give the bottle to the baby. That's breastfeeding. That's breast milk. The baby should not be on her nipple at that age. And then the father says the longer the better. The longer you breastfeed, the better. In his confessional, Colby said he does not want to share breasts with his son. I agree with him. But she basically tells him to F off and go cook dinner with her mother. And he tells her she is being rude and disrespectful. And she tells him that she's going to lose her shit on him. And I have this to say to Colby. No, yeah. I have this to say to Colby. Her entire family, including the baby, is not going to treat him. They're going to treat him like shit. Because he's totally dependent on them. He's depending on her family for everything. Roof over his head, food in his stomach, a bed to sleep in. He is dependent on them for everything. So they're going to treat him like shit. As far as they're concerned, he brought nothing to the table but his sperm. As far as they're concerned. He should have covered up his John Thomas. He should have. You should have covered up your John Thomas. Anyway, Colby explained to her not to command him to do anything. So then she asked him to go help her mother in the kitchen. And that was a good job that he did. He told her exactly how he wants to be treated. And it's exactly what you need to do. Assholes who don't know how to treat people should be taught how to treat people. See, her parents didn't teach her how to treat people. That's why she talked to him like that. In her confessional, she was talking about, oh, when we were in China, he didn't talk to me that way. Were you talking to him like that, demanding that he do this and demanding that he do that? No, you're talking to him this way because he's in your parents' house and you can treat him any way. He's at your mercy, so you can treat him any way you want to treat him, and you expect him to sit there and be meek and mild and take it. And he's letting you know, no, don't talk to me that way. And I'm glad he did that. And Colby, you didn't know that she was a rude heifer when you was having unprotected sex with her, did you? Mm-hmm. So the next scene, the father tries to give Colby to Colby for him to change his diaper, and Colby ain't having it. Colby don't want to go to Colby. He doesn't know him. He's not going to go to him. And that must hurt Colby's feelings. So next scene, they're having dinner, and Emily is holding Colby in her lap at the dinner table, and he's drinking from a bottle, and she's eating her food. And she's sitting there holding him while he drinks from a bottle, and she eats her food. Don't you know anything about a high chair? He needs to be in a high chair. You don't sit there and hold him while you eat and he eat. That's why that kid is agitated. That kid is always agitated. He shouldn't be sitting on her lap at the dinner table while she eats. And she's spoiling that kid rotten. Just like she's spoiled rotten. And at the dinner table, Colby is explaining to Emily's father about how he grew up speaking English instead of French. In his confessional, Colby said that his parents were not married. He said his father was married to someone else, and then I guess the father messed around with his mother, and he was conceived out of wedlock. Anyway, also at the dinner table, Colby is sitting. The baby is sitting in Emily's lap, and at one scene we see him drinking out of the bottle. The next scene we see him sucking on this breast. Then we see him sucking on that breast. He's just switching breasts up, while she's sitting there eating and holding him, and he's just sucking from this breast, sucking from that breast. I think that family, they're uncouth. They have no class. They have no class. And it's a horrible thing for me to say. I know it. I've never, ever said that about people before. But they don't. That baby should be in a high chair, sitting there drinking his milk out of a bottle. He shouldn't be sitting on her lap, sucking on her breast. And switching breast to breast. So anyway, the mother asks Colby, how did he propose to Emily? So he explained the whole proposal thing. Then disrespectful, tacky Emily said, the ring is fake and I want a real one. She's so rude. She's so tacky. She's classless. She's uncouth. Anyway, the father asks Colby, in his culture, who is the boss? And Colby said, the man is the boss. And the entire family, they laugh. And then the grandmother said to Colby, we all do what Emily tells us to do. And you see that? She's a spoiled, rotten heifer. She's spoiled. And then when the grandmother said that, the entire family laughed, including Colby. I guess if you can't beat him, join him. But I don't find that funny. I don't find that funny at all. In the house I live in, nobody's a boss. Nobody is the boss. Nobody. The boss is at work. When I go to work, there's a boss. When I come home, no boss. Imagine if you have a boss at work and you have a boss at home. What? I come home to get away from the boss. I have a horrible boss. My boss is nice. But I don't want a boss at work and a boss at home. That's crazy. Where I live, the house I live in, no boss. No boss. Not at home. I don't want anybody telling me what to do at home, and I don't want to be telling anybody else what to do at home. No boss at home. That's crazy. So the father is worried that Colby will not be able to provide for Emily and Coben. But the man just got here a few days ago. Maybe a couple of days ago, the man just got here. He won't be able to work for a few months. Emily needs to get up off her lazy butt and go find a job. That's what Emily needs to do. What the hell do they want from him? He just got here. He won't be able to work for a few months. They're not married yet. He can't work until after they get married. I think that's how it works. And then he gets a green card or something. I don't even know. But he will not be able to work yet anytime soon. Emily needs to go get a job. How come she doesn't have a job? She have a whole bunch of babysitters in that house. Why she don't have a job? Next scene, Emily and Colby, they prepare Coben for bed. And it's a shit show. It's just a shit show. Coben is fussy as usual. That's one fussy baby. Because he has no structure. And she don't even comb that baby's hair. And I kind of understand. She's white and the baby has white, black hair mixed together. So she probably don't know how to comb it. But do she even try to make it wet? How's she going to comb that baby's hair? And Colby don't know how to comb that baby's hair because that baby don't have the same hair type as he does either. What's going to happen to that baby's hair? Thank God that baby's not a daughter. Thank God it's not a girl. But yeah, that baby is fussy. And I think that baby is fussy because that baby has no structure. That baby is miserable and irritable because the baby does everything he wants to do. He sucked this breast, he sucked that breast, he's sitting at the table, he's drinking milk, he's drinking breast milk, he's drinking from the bottle, he's drinking from the breast. The baby has no structure. Now the baby's sleeping in the bed with them. Why doesn't the baby have a high chair? Why doesn't the baby have a crib? What's going on? The baby has no structure. The baby's confused. The baby doesn't know what's going on. And Emily's blaming the baby's confusion on Colby. That baby was irritable and confused and cranky before Colby got there. But anyway, the baby is fussy and unruly. And Colby, he wants to play with his baby. He wants to play with him. And Emily, she's trying her best to get the baby to put on some diaper and put on the PJs because she knows how cranky and irritable the baby is. Then she says she usually nurses him to bed while he's sucking her tits, her nipples. While he's sucking her nipples from this point to he goes from nipple to nipple, nipple to nipple, nipple to nipple until he wears himself out and he falls asleep. What? That's crazy. No wonder that baby is fussy and miserable and confused and stressed out. That baby is stressed out. That baby don't know what's going on. And it's not because of Colby. That baby is being raised crazy. No high chair, no crib, sucking nipples whenever the hell he feels like sucking on nipples, sucking bottles, sucking nipples, bottles, nipples. That baby don't understand what's going on. The baby don't know the baby's confused. And it's not because of Colby, but she says the baby's confused because of Colby. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. I wonder if she even washed the baby's hair. I don't know. Because she doesn't know what to do with it. So, I don't know. In her confessional, Emily said that Colby is distracting Coben. And Coben is confused. She wants Colby to go sleep in another bed in another room so that her and Colby can do their routine and sleep in the same bed like they usually do. That's crazy. So Colby gets out of the bed, go into another room and go to bed in another room, and he's pissed. He's not happy. That's the end of Emily and Colby. Next, it's Chida and Blau. Blau brings his kids to meet Chida. They all hug, and it's awkward. Blau, he has some good-looking kids, though. The son is handsome, the daughter is pretty. Blau basically said in his confessional that if his kids did not like Chida, then she would be out on her ass. He has a lot of speculations for a wife, or stipulations. He has a lot of stipulations for a wife. He does. So the kids and Blau forces Chida to go play pool. They want to play a game, and she's like, I don't play games. But they want to play pool, so she got to go play pool. So while they're playing pool, Chida told the kids to call her mother. And they're not feeling that. And I agree with them. I don't think they should call her mother. She's not married to not even married to their father yet. You know, she's not married to their father. Why would they call her mother? Then the kids ask her if she wants more kids. And that's none of their damn business. Kids stay in kids' lane, adults stay in the adults' lane. That's none of their damn business. The daughter does not want her father to have any more kids, but the son wants a brother. And Blau said Allah will decide if they have kids. In her confessional, Chida said before she came to the States, Blau said he wouldn't mind having 2 more kids, and now he's saying something different. So later we see, or the next scene is Chida FaceTime with her sister, and Chida tells her sister about Blau not wanting to have kids. And I love what her sister said. She said Blau has to realize that she has needs too. Because all Blau is selfish. All he does is think about himself. What he wants, what he needs. She better like me for me. If I bring her to this house, she better like this house. If I ride her around in this horrible van, she better like this horrible van. She better not want to have kids. My kids better like her. My family better like her. It's all about him and what he wants and what he needs. And what about her? He's an ass. Yeah, Blau acts like it's all about him. He's selfish and inconsiderate. So Chida, she starts to cry. And I wish she would just dump Blau and go back to Trinidad. In her confessional, she said if he does not want kids, it will break her heart and there will be no relationship. I don't think so. I think if he doesn't want kids, she'll still stay. But I hope she leaves them. If he says no, he does not want kids anymore, then she needs to dump that ass. She needs to dump him. Okay, next is Binyam and Ariela. They arrive in the States. The parents pick them up from the airport, and they have a nice welcome sign made for Binyam. I like that. I thought that was really sweet. And they're excited to see baby Avi. Baby Avi is such a mild child. He doesn't cry. He doesn't fuss. He's just sitting there chilling, relaxing. Compare baby Avi to Kobin. 2 different babies. Baby Avi is just adorable. He's not fussy. He's just cold chilling. You know? Anyway, they see each other and they all hug and everyone is excited and happy. And I want everything to work out for this couple, but I know it's not going to work out. In the confessional, Binyam said he hoped they can start fresh. And Ariel said, no one will throw wine in your face. She's so petty. She holds on to this grudge. They're supposed to be starting afresh. Why is she bringing up the wine thrown in the face? And then she has a negative attitude. She said their problems will follow them and things will get worse. Well, if you think that your problem is going to follow you from, where were they? Nigeria? Where were they? Ethiopia. If you think your problem is going to follow you from Ethiopia to New Jersey, why bring him to New Jersey? Leave his butt in Ethiopia. She said their problems are going to follow them, and everything is going to be worse. If that's what you're predicting, if that's what you think is going to happen, why did you bring him to New Jersey then? She's so negative, and I can't stand her. I think she needs to relax and get the stick out. The next scene, they get to the apartment. The apartment is nice, and they got a 2-bedroom instead of a 1-bedroom. The parents, the mother, got them a 2-bedroom instead of a 1-bedroom, and they can't even afford. They can't afford a 1-bedroom unless she got them a 2-bedroom. It has no furniture. All it has is a bed and a TV. And they're next door to the parents. And the parents want them to take over the rent and the cable and all the bills in 3 months. But I think Ari needs to get a job, and they need to move into like maybe a studio apartment. I don't know about New Jersey, but New York is expensive, and New York and New Jersey are right by each other. So I'm thinking New Jersey is just as expensive as New York. Maybe not as expensive, but still expensive. Because Binyam can't work, just like Kobe. Binyam can't work for a while. He won't be able to work for a while. So Ari needs to get a job, and they need to downsize. 2-bedroom for what? What do they need a 2-bedroom for? Then Ari told them, she said, you got this expensive apartment, and then you expect me to take over the bills in 3 months. And I'm glad she said that to them. I mean, they can't afford that. So why would you get them a 2-bedroom and they can't even barely can afford a 1-bedroom? What they need to do is, they need to start YouTube channels because they're famous. People will watch them. They'll get monetized like this. And they both start their own YouTube channel, talk about their lives. Binyam talk about his music. Ariel talk about whatever. Ariel talk about the baby. And they'll get subscribers so quickly because they're famous. People want to know what they're doing and what's going on with them. And plus, they can get on a Pillow Talk. And they may even get a spinoff like Chantel got a spinoff. I'll talk about Chantel later. You know, things can happen for them. But for right now, they need something not that expensive. 2-bedroom in New Jersey. And it's big too. They said the apartment was big. Anyway, that's the end of Binyam and Ariela. Next is Patrick and Thais. Patrick got Thais a puppy. And that is so sweet. I want a puppy. Can't take care of a puppy right now. I'll get a puppy later on in life. Can't take care of a puppy right now. I want a puppy and a kitten. Anyway, he wants the puppy to keep her company while he's at work. And I think that's a good idea. I think that was very thoughtful of him and very sweet. But Patrick, he goes all out for Thais. He goes all out for her. He puts a tracker on himself for her so that she knows where he is at all time. He checks in with her whenever he goes out. He checks in with her. He has cameras at his house so she can see who comes to visit. He doesn't train females at his job anymore because she's uncomfortable with that. And then he gets her a puppy to keep her company. He goes all out for Thais. I guess he says a happy wife is a happy life. Is there any more Patricks out there? I would like a Patrick. Where are the rest of the Patricks? Next, we see Thais in Brazil. Thais said she is intelligent, smart, and cool. She said she models. She said Patrick is handsome and muscular. She said they met on Tinder. She said it's hard to meet a good Brazilian man. She said Brazilian men don't take you to dinner. What? Brazilian men? I like to eat, okay? You need to take me to dinner. Thank you, Brazilian men. What's up with that? Y'all crazy? Anyway, Thais tells us about her family and how close they are and how much they help each other. So she goes to her grandmother's house to have lunch with her. And the grandmother is happy that she's going to marry Patrick, but she's sad that she's going to leave. Thais said in her confessional that her father doesn't know that she's moving to the United States for good and she's going to marry Patrick. What? She said, what did she say? Yeah, I think she needs to tell her father. I mean, she's 20, what? She's 25 years old? She's old enough to do what the hell she want to do. If she want to move to another country and marry somebody, she's old enough to, I don't know. She's scared to tell her father. So anyway, the father gets to the grandmother's house, and Thais said her father does not like Patrick because he is an American. And I must say, her father looks nothing like her. Nothing like. He's very dark compared to her. His complexion is very dark compared to her complexion. His nose is straight. Hers isn't. Their facial features are so different. They don't nothing like each other. Absolutely nothing like each other at all. Anyway, she said her father think that Americans take advantage of Brazilian women. Then this is what I say to Brazilian women. Don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Don't allow people to take advantage of you. I like a relationship that's 50-50. If he's getting more out of the relationship than I am, that's a no bueno. If I'm getting more out of the relationship than he is, then that's on him. But yeah, don't allow men to take advantage of you. That's all. Anyway, she's a coward. She does not tell her father that she's going to marry Patrick and she's moving to the U.S. for good and she's going on a K-1 visa. She don't tell her father none of that. And the grandmother just sit there and allow her to lie to the father. She tells the father, I'm just going for a visit and I'll be back. He said, when are you coming back? She go, I don't know. It's crazy. And the father, in his confessional, he breaks down and starts to bawl. He's literally bawling. He's crying. Sorry. He's bawling. Why is he crying? Your daughter's going to the States. In your mind, your daughter's going to the States for maybe a few weeks, and then she's coming back. What are you bawling for? You don't know that she's going for forever, or do you know that she is going for forever? I don't know why he's bawling like that. Maybe he knows that she's not coming back, because he is bawling his eyes out. Next scene, Patrick is preparing to go pick Thais up from the airport. And he's having a good hair day. He's loving his outfit. He's wearing his Rolex. He's got a facial. Let me see. I'm so hot. I need to put a fan on. Yeah, he's got a facial. He's got a haircut. He's got a tan. He lost weight. He got his back waxed. And he is ready. And I need a damn Patrick in my life. Because women go all out for men. Women get their hair done, their makeup done, lashes. They get their eyebrows plucked. They get manicures, pedicures. They wear Spanx. They wear high heels. Women, we go all out for men. So I like it when a man goes all out for a woman. Patrick, you doing it. Do it. You do it, baby. You do it. You go all out for your woman. It's good to see a man go all out for a man. A man go all out for a woman. I love it. Anyway, he's worried about Thais getting along with his brother. Thais does not want to live with the brother. And I think the brother should go get his own place. It's going to be awkward. You know? So he gets to the airport. He has flowers, but I don't like the way the flowers look. The flowers look dead and dried up. They don't look good to me. They don't look nice and fresh. He should have just gotten one fresh, beautiful rose. That would have done it. That would have been okay. And just when I'm liking Patrick, he goes and says something stupid. When he gets to the airport, he says to the camera, I hope she's not tired. She's not too tired to have sex. Patrick, really? Is that all you can think about? She's moving here to marry you, and she's gonna be here for forever. Y'all can have sex whenever you want to have sex. Right now, right? That's all you thinking about right now. So as soon as you take her home, you're just gonna whisk her off to the bedroom and do it. I hope she's not too tired for sex. Okay, Patrick. That's why your hairline is receding. Because you're inconsiderate. So he's facing the wrong direction. And she's standing there, she's looking at him. And then she had to call him about 3 times before he heard her and turn around. And then they hug each other, kiss each other. In her confessional, Thais said that she is not going to tell Patrick that her father doesn't know that they're getting married. So she's lying to Patrick and she's lying to the father. Damn, Thais, you're that much of a coward? What can they do to you? They're not going to be mad at you. They're going to be upset and disappointed, but they're not going to be mad at you. I mean, they can't do anything to you. What's the problem? She said Patrick thinks that her father likes him because he would buy the father gifts. And I want to know why Patrick did not, before he proposed to Thais, why didn't he ask the father for her hand in marriage? Why didn't he do that? So anyway, Patrick has a nice car, and the car drives itself. And I wonder if that's his car, or did he rent it? He probably rented it to go pick her up in style. On the drive to the house, Thais and Patrick are discussing Patrick's brother living with them. Thais said she will try living with the brother, but if it doesn't work out, she's going back to Brazil, no problem. And I'm pretty sure she ain't going back to Brazil for that reason. If she go back to Brazil, it ain't going to be for that reason, because she can't get along with the brother. That's the end of Thais and Patrick. Next is Cara and Guillermo. They are on their way to her family's house to pick up the dog. And of course, I don't like Cara. She wouldn't buy Guillermo a computer. Why not? I have a laptop. Laptop costs less than $400. I've had it for 5 years. Just go get him a cheap little laptop. What the hell is the problem? And now he's scared to meet her family, and she is telling him that her uncle may threaten to beat him up. Usually when you take the person that you're in love with home to meet your family, you reassure them, oh, it's going to be okay, they're going to love you, don't worry about it. But no, she's saying my uncle will beat you up. Why would you say that to him? To make him feel worse. He's already worried, but you want him to feel worse, so you tell him this. She's an asshole. She's a bitch. She's a biatch. Then she says her uncle is protective. How is your uncle protective when you're gallivanting all over the world, sleeping with these young foreign men? And buying one. She actually went to the DR, bought a man, and brought him home. Because that's what the K1 visa did. She spent all that money for the K1 visa and brought him home. She went to the DR, saw this guy. She was attracted to him. This young guy she was attracted to. She had sex with him. Then she decided, I'm going to buy him. And she bought him and brought him home. But your uncle is protective? Mm-hmm. And she said that's what she does. She said that her friends tease her about being a Kroger and robbing the cradle because she messes around with young guys. And that's all she messes around with is young guys. And she practically went to the DR and bought this poor young guy and brought him over to the States. And your uncle's protective? How is he protective? You're gallivanting all over the place, sleeping with these young men. He's protective. Anyway, when they get to her family's house, they all greet him very warmly. In her confessional, the mother said Cara has never been serious about anyone, and time will tell. Well, she just spent thousands of dollars for a K1 visa to bring this guy from the DR to the States. How come she's not serious, mother? Huh? Huh, mother? Why is she not serious? Doesn't that tell you that she's serious about him? That tells me she's serious about him. She spent thousands of dollars to bring him over here to the States, and then she flew over to get him, to make sure that he got through, immigration, because he had an expired visa or passport. Why wouldn't she be serious if she did all of that? Girl, bye. And Cara is so inappropriate. She says that her uncle can F him up if he wanted to. She said that in front of uncle, in front of Guillermo, her mom, her brother. She said, my uncle can F you up if he wants to. Why would you tell him that? Why would you say that? She's such an ass. But you know what I think? Guillermo is a strong young guy. Her uncle is old as shit. What the hell is he going to do? Guillermo look like he can pick him up and throw him over the balcony. So, you know what? She's actually threatening Guillermo to keep him in line. That's what she's doing. By telling him, my uncle can F you up if he wanted to. She's telling him that to keep him in line. Make sure he doesn't do anything or out of line or say anything out of line and behave himself. She's telling him that just to keep him in line. She's an asshole. Guillermo, please dump her and go find somebody nicer. Okay? Younger and nicer. Who's okay with you getting a computer? Because this chick is a total jerk off. And then the uncle is telling Guillermo if he works hard, he can have a nice big house like he has. Why don't you tell your niece that if she works hard, she can have a nice big house? Instead of spending her money on K-1 visas and traveling all to these different countries and sleeping with these young foreign men. Why don't you tell her she lives in a 1-bedroom little tiny apartment? Why don't you tell her she needs to save her money and put down on a house instead of spending her money on all this other stuff? Why don't you tell her this? He tells Guillermo if he work hard, he can have a house like this. When they were in the airport, when they were leaving the airport and they were driving from the airport, and she told him in the car, put on your seatbelt or you'll get arrested. I don't know which state she's from. I'm from Maryland. And in Maryland, you don't get arrested for not wearing your seatbelt. You get a ticket. You don't get arrested for not wearing your seatbelt. But she told him that he would get arrested for not wearing his seatbelt. But let me tell you this, Guillermo. If that uncle puts his hand on you, that's assault and he can go to jail. Okay? Just know that. While she's here threatening you, talk about her uncle can F you up if he wants to. Yeah, let him try it. He goes straight to jail for assault. Cara's just trying to scare the shit out of him to keep him in line. That's all. That's her tactic. Scare poor Guillermo shitless to keep him in line. And then the mother said in her confessional that she is not sure Guillermo will be able to make money. He was making money in the DR. He had a job. He was a bartender / waiter. Why can't he be a bartender / waiter here? Or whatever else he wants to be. What the hell is she talking about? She's concerned if he can make money. Why couldn't he make money? Why? I can't stand these entitled Americans who think that foreigners are dumb and just worthless. Some are. Some Americans are. Some Americans aren't. Some foreigners are. Some foreigners aren't. But give the man a chance. Damn. The man didn't depend on anybody before when he was in the DR. He worked. Why would he come here and not work? He said that this is the land of opportunity. You can do anything here. Guillermo, I hope when you start to work and you get yourself on your feet, you go find some more people, some nicer people to hang out with. That's the end of Cara and Guillermo. Next up is the last couple, Eve and Mohammed. Mohammed wakes up and he says it's quiet. There's nobody yelling outside, selling their wares and talking in the microphone. And Eve, she's all smiles. I guess they had a good night. I guess they made the beast with the two backs, because she's all happy and all smiles. Mohammed said his first morning in the U.S., he was expecting breakfast in bed and then given a tour of the area that they're living in. Excuse me. And I agree with him. How come she didn't take leave or take vacation the very first day he was there to take him around and just be with him for that one day? Why didn't she do that? That's dumb. So his first morning, he has to spend it alone. And he has to cook for himself. I think she should have took that one day off, that very day, one day off, and spent time with him. So she's going to work. She shows him where the pan is, the eggs are, the butter is, and she leaves him all alone by himself. Oh, she shows him where the stuff is. The what is it? The bidet. The bidet stuff is so he can put that together. If I was him, I'd be pissed. He's pissed, and I'd be pissed too. But on the other hand, Muhammad is useless. He doesn't know how to feed himself. He doesn't know how to take care of himself. He doesn't know how to make himself something to eat, and he doesn't know how to wipe his ass. He's not been in the U.S. for 24 hours yet, and he wants his mommy. He says he misses mommy. But he did manage to make some eggs without burning down the house. Good job, Muhammad. You're not useless after all. The next scene, we see Muhammad trying to hook up the bidet. And he's not having any luck. And the reason he's not having any luck is because he's not reading the instructions. If you read the instructions, it will tell you exactly what to do. I bet you I could put it together. He said he cannot live without a bidet. How can you not live without a bidet? That tells me he doesn't know how to wipe his ass. Next scene, Eve comes home with her son, Theron, and the son and Muhammad hug each other, which was a nice little scene. Theron is happy to see Muhammad. I guess they used to FaceTime. You know, whenever Eve FaceTime with Muhammad, Theron used to, talk to him too. So he's familiar with Muhammad. And then Muhammad had a gift for Theron, which was really, really nice. I don't think he had a gift for Eve. We didn't see him give Eve a gift. Maybe he did give her a gift, but we didn't see it. And then she made them breakfast and fries for dinner. In her confessional, Eve said that Muhammad is well aware that his role is babysitter. I was shocked. That is an absolute no for me. I would not be a babysitter to a child with special needs. What if something happens? I don't want to be responsible for that. A child with special needs has a lot of needs. That's a huge responsibility. I wouldn't be able to do it. If that child was mine, that's a different story. But if I've never been around kids with special needs and all of a sudden, boom, I'm thrown into the fray and I have to take care of this child with special needs, I'd be terrified. I'd be terrified something would happen and that child would be hurt or need something that I don't know what to do with. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it. Muhammad can barely take care of himself. Now he's going to be taking care of a child with special needs? In his confessional, Muhammad said he is not prepared to do these female duties for 90 days. That's what he said. Muhammad needs to go back to Egypt to his mommy. That's what he needs to do. Anyway, this is the end of my review. I will be back next week with another one. June 6th, the family Chantal is back, and I will be reviewing it. I know a lot of people don't like this show, but the only person I like on this show is Pedro. I think Pedro is handsome, he's cute, he's funny, and he entertains the heck out of me. So I will watch the family Chantal, and I will review the show. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.